So before I start off the wonderful Ikuan duties, I just wanted to point something out. As you know, I live in beloved Wisconsin, and just everything's just dandy and dairy over here. It was a beautiful 82 degrees on Wednesday. Beautiful, just gorgeous. I was in heaven. It was super. It is now 50. What the fart? Okay. Theme of the week is friends, because F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me and the people that we're all talking about this week. N is for anywhere and anytime at all here on good old Q1 Collab. The first friend I'm going to talk about is my very best friend. We've been best friends for like 4 years, and her name is Emily. Here's a picture of us. Emily and I have like a strange story on how we got to be best friends. We just decided we were going to. Like, it kind of went like this. So, do you want to be best friends? Yeah, that works. And that was that. We met in high school because we had the same bio class, and then I moved, and then we actually got to be friends after that. She came with me to a bunch of Owl City shows, and it's actually how we started, like, hanging out and talking a lot, and, like, I hung out with her last night, and, like, it's always fun. Like, we'll go months without seeing each other, but then when we hang out, it's like nothing ever happened, and it's good. I love her to death. She's bold and hilarious, and I love her. Second friend that I would like to talk about is my friend Sierra, and here's a picture of us. I've known Sierra since elementary school, and we went to the same elementary school, same middle school, same high school, but we never really talked until like March of this year. But we hang out all the time. She's like my beer buddy, and we talk about anything and everything, and we always end up laughing our faces off, and she's absolutely hilarious, and she's got cool hair, and she's tall, and she's bold, and she's exciting, and I love her. Next is my darling friend Rasha, and that's not Russia, it's Rasha, R-A-S-H-A, Rasha. Rasha and I met in drama club in high school, and just like Sierra, like we never really talked much until after high school, and we hung out a lot last year and this year, and I actually started hanging out with her and Sierra at the same time. And she's really into music and art, and she's super talented, and she's hilarious, and she's my beloved ginger, and she hates it when I say that, because only gingers can call other gingers, but I break the rules. My next friend is Ben. Ben is a butthole. Ben and I went to high school together, and it's like all of my friends from high school I never really talked to until after high school, and he is currently in the Navy, and he's kind of a sarcastic butthole, but we get along for the most part. Like, I'll be like, oh my god, I hate you, and I won't talk to him for a couple of days, and then he'll be like, oh hey, what's up, and I'm like, oh, not much, but he's off doing his Navy duties, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But he is someone, he's interesting. And then I have like 3 friends that like I'll hang out with a lot, and then like we'll all get really busy, and then I'll hang out with them a lot, and then we'll all get really busy. But it's one of those hang out with them a lot kind of moments. Their names are Kevin and Isaac and Andy. Kevin and Isaac are brothers. I just happened to meet Andy through them. And usually we'll watch movies or play video games or board games. They're all very cynical, but they're hilarious, and they're fun to hang out with, and they just having any sort of conversation with them is really fun. They're a blast. I love them. And then there's Matthew. Matthew. I've known Matthew for like, God, 5 years, 6 years, and I met him through a guy that I was with for a while, and he's okay, he's still mean. He's really mean. Matthew always points out everything, and he's got this huge theory for everything. The guy's crazy, cynical, and analytic, and is always assuming the worst. And like, we'll be hanging out and then I'll leave and I'm like, bye, Matthew's like, yeah, have a nice life. Like, he's that guy. But for whatever reason, we're friends and it works. Like, we hang out every week and we'll either like watch anime or talk about how much we hate school and the people at it, and eat food and play video games, and that's usually what we do. But I don't know why, because like, I'm usually the bubbly person and he's the person that is always like, yeah, okay, shut up, like literally. But it works. It works. And last but not least, my friend Lance. Lance, oh boy. Lance is one of my closer friends. Lance is a friend that I met through a girl I used to be best friends with, and they're actually cousins. And Lance lives in Alaska. It was not always that way, but right now he lives in Alaska. Lance is the guy that makes fun of you to make you feel better. Oh god, this guy is crazy. Like, he is absolutely crazy. Like, whenever we FaceTime, he's just absolutely all over the place, and he's like, he always goes, "Ah, Jen!" and he's screaming and he's yelling, and I'm screaming and yelling, and we'll get in fights, and then we're like, well, fuck that, let's be buddies again. But the thing is that he lived like 90 miles away when we started being buddies, so we don't really hang out a lot, but we talk all the time. But whenever we hang out in person, it's so awkward, and we don't know why. It's so awkward. So maybe it's alright that he lives in Alaska. It works just fine. But he's getting married in September, and I wish so bad that I could see his wedding, but I'm really excited for that. So those are my friends. I recently come to realize that a lot of them are very cynical and kind of standoffish, but for whatever reason it works. I'm gonna go. You guys have an excellent weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.